Today's review, the iStick QC 200 watt by Eleaf. So, today I have in front of me the iStick QC 200 watts by Eleaf. iStick's been around for a long time, and this is the latest iteration by Eleaf. So this was kindly sent to me by TECC for the purpose of this review, and I'll put a link to their website and the product description, etc. in the bottom down here. So let's dive right into it. So I've got the red variant of this. This is a 200 watt non-removable battery mod. It comes with a 5,000 milliamp hour capacity battery, which is pretty good for a mod of this size. And it goes all the way up to 200 watts and all the way down to 5 watts. It has temp mode, it has preheat function, it has general just power mode, it self reads the coil, etc. And then it also has a timer function with I believe it's 10-second cutoff, so that it doesn't fire in your pocket, doesn't go off in your bag or anything along those lines. So a little bit of the technical specification. As I said, it goes up to 200 watts. It goes up in increments of 0.1 watts, so you can really fine tune that vape. It has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. It's a LiPo battery, I believe, which means you don't have to worry about safety, and you don't really have to worry too much about charging it that often, because 5,000 milliamps is pretty hefty. Charges via a micro USB on the bottom, and it also has vent holes along the sides here, and all the quality assurance kind of stuff on there. Fairly straightforward sort of mod. We've got your standard 510 thread on the top, which is there. Fits all my tanks. I've not had any problems. I've currently got the Griffin 25 Mini on here, which, as you can see, is not really very mini. It's actually quite big. Fantastic tank, by the way. Definitely worth looking into. And you have your fire button. You have your volume up, volume down, or wattage up, wattage down, depending on what you want to call it. And then you get your screen, and that's it. Pretty simple, straightforward. Comes in a couple of different colour options. Comes in black, green, brown, red, silver, and a beautiful wood grain feature, which I was kind of hoping I was going to get, but can't really complain. So the wood grain, I think, is kind of cool. Just adds a bit of class and a bit of a different touch to something. There's no removable parts. The only real moving part, should we say, the buttons on the front here. Got a nice, good clicky feel to them. And it's fairly straightforward. You click it 5 times to switch it on, you click it 5 times to switch it off, click it 3 times and you go into your various different modes. You might struggle to see the screen here, that's something I am going to mention shortly, but basically you go through your different modes: temperature stainless steel, temperature titanium, temperature nickel, smart mode, and then my personal preference, wattage mode. Gives you a battery life indicator, it gives you the wattage that you're currently at, and it gives you the resistance of the coil. Dead straightforward. So let's dive straight into the actual review portion of it then. So, been using this now for just over a week, and I like it. It's very, very good. It's very cool. I've been very, very into my RX 200/200X mods from Wismec, and they just work. They're just great. I just love them. Simple as that. They're taking a beating. I can flip the batteries out and away we go. So getting something a bit smaller, a bit sleeker, that for me is going to do the same job anyway, because I rarely even touch 100 watts. I was quite interested to give it a go, and I do like it. It's really, really nice. A couple of the pros that I've got for it. So the first things first, this thing is light. For a mod that goes up to 200 watts, is made of what I believe to be toughened plastic, maybe metal. I can't tell because it's got like a coating on it. It's very light, so I actually weighed this and it weighs in at 187 grams. Now, to put that into perspective, the RX200S here, which obviously takes an additional battery, but is for me the same sort of style mod, should we say. It's 309 grams with the batteries in it. So this is a fixed battery, 187. This is 309. So there's a considerable difference between the weight of these two. And it's also quite nice in the hand. I mean, I haven't got particularly large hands, but it fits quite nicely in my hand. It slips into your pocket, pop it inside your inside jacket pocket if you're going out or anything along those lines. Put it in a little pocket in your bag if you're a female vapor. And yeah, it's just nice and straightforward. It has a 50 amp rating limit, so 50 amps is pretty damn high, to be honest with you. If you look at your Sony VTC5s, your Samsung 25Rs, etc., they have a rating of nominal 20, max 30, 35 for pulsing, whereas this has got 50. So for those of you who are a little bit concerned about safety with all the stuff that's been going on in the media lately, nothing to worry about here. Button's good. It's got very good battery life, I'd say 5,000 milliamps. I'm currently vaping it at 70 watts. I get a good day and a half out of that. Pretty heavy chain vapor, really, to be honest with you. I've constantly got this thing attached to me. 200 watts is good, as I said before. Never really go anywhere near that, but the less power you put into a device that can handle more, the less strain there is going to be on the battery and on the chips, etc. I remember back in the day of having a Sigeli 100 watt, fantastic mod, had 2 batteries in it, 2 18650s. If I was vaping that anything over 60, 70 watts, it just killed the batteries, no matter what batteries they were, because it's just putting too much strain on the actual cells and the chip inside, and it's just not got the power management, etc. It's like having a car that'll do 200 miles an hour, but if you only drive it at 30, it's going to last longer, basically. The threads on the 510 are great, really smooth. As I said, I've never had any problems with anything fitting on there. It all fits down tight, fits snug. It's got a spring-loaded 510 in there as well, so you can see the 510 pin sticks out a tiny bit on this. Not had any problems. So when I'm putting on the ones that don't have a stuck out 510, still makes contact, still works absolutely fine. All good. I like the size of it. As I said before, nice and good for the hand and the pocket, etc. Now, to go into the technical side of things with it, it's got a trickle charge function, so you don't have to worry about the charging side of things being safe and causing you any issues. Again, the whole mainstream media thing has been causing people to freak out when it comes to charging. I've had a couple of people message me and ask me, is this safe? It's getting a bit warm, is that safe? What should I do? Blah, 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 blah. Trickle charge means that it charges all the cells in there evenly, so that you're not going to be getting a skewed reference on your actual charge. You're not going to be damaging the cells in any way, and everything's just going to stay as it's supposed to stay. It's also got a reverse charge function where you can buy a little adapter that screws onto the top of it and has a USB in the back, so you can actually charge your phone through this. So let's say you're in a pickle, but this thing's full and your battery's running out of your phone. Plug it in, give it a charge up, and away you go. Now, most mobile phone batteries are between 2,500 and 3,500 milliamps. So you, in theory, should be able to get a full charge on your mobile phone out of this, which is pretty cool. It's also got upgradable firmware. Now, I've not really delved too much into upgradable firmware as of yet, because it just works as I like it to for me, but it means that it could potentially bring with it more power in the future for those people that do need it higher, and different temperature settings and coefficiencies and all that kind of stuff will hopefully come with software upgrades. It comes with the USB in the box for you to actually do that. Now on to the cons. These are subjective cons, as are anything, and they're not enough for me to complain about, but they're just things that I've noticed. I want this to be a fair review, so I'm not going to be absolutely loving this and saying it's the most perfect thing in the world, because it's not. There's a couple of things that need looking at. So the first one is, this is actually called the quick charge, right? 200 quick charge, 200 watts. It is not a quick charge at all. I put this on charge last night and I had to leave it overnight to get a full charge out of it. Now, to me, a quick charge is this whole new mobile technology that allows you to charge to 30% in 30 seconds, or a bit of an over exaggeration, but you know what I mean. This does not charge quickly. I use the provided cable, and I've been using an iPhone plug adapter, which is a 2 amp rating, so you'd imagine that it would be able to throw some power down there. Now, it states that you can put higher amperage through it and all that kind of stuff, but we don't have those plugs handy. So that would have been a nice thing for them to include in the box for a quick charge device to have a quick charge plug. And the final thing is the display. So it's fine in terms of functionality and what it shows and what it does, but you can barely see it in the light. It's really, really dim. And I haven't found a way of improving this screen brightness. So when you're at home or it's dark outside or anything like that, it's absolutely fine. You can see it perfectly. But as soon as you go into any form of light, you're really going to struggle seeing this screen, to the point of where I've been in the car on a sunny day. I can't tell if I've switched it on or not. So in the software update, either bring a brighter screen, just put more nits into the actual screen, or give us the option to adjust it to make it more visible in light periods. So that needs to change as well. But and the charging on the bottom, it's one of these chargers where you can't sit it down and charge it at the same time. So I've had to take my tank off, lay it on its side, plug in the charger and leave it there charging on its side, because if you leave your tank line to one side, there's a possibility it's going to leak, and I don't want to get liquid all over my mod that's charging, and I don't want it to go anywhere near electricity. So there's so much space on this thing that they could have put the charger here, they could have put the charger here, anywhere along this side, anywhere along this side, or even they could have squeezed it in at the bottom, just kind of moved everything up a touch. But no, they stuck it on the bottom. I don't know why. It must be something to do with the internals and the way it's all laid out, but that sucks. I'm not gonna lie, that is annoying. But that being said, if you can get over something as simple as the charging, and if you can get over the fact that it takes a while to charge up, it's a fantastic little mod. I kind of like the red. I wasn't sure what I was going to think of it when it arrived and I saw red on the box. I was thinking, oh god, no, it's cool. I like it. And I feel like it does give a true representation of the power that it claims to be outputting. So if I hit 70 watts on my RX 200S and I hit 70 watts on the QC 200 by Eleaf, they feel exactly the same. They feel almost identical. There's maybe a slightly longer ramp up on the RX, but I think that's just because there's a bit more going on the screen, you know, a bit of a fancy screen and all that kind of stuff. But no, it's great. It's really, really good. I like it a lot. Purchase this from TECC. As I say, I'll put a link down in the description. Tell them that Mike the Vapor sent you and see if you can get any discount. I haven't spoken to them about this yet, but, you know, give it a try. Follow them on Twitter. Again, I'll put that link in the description and on the screen. But if you're going to buy anything from them, tell them I sent you. See if they'll look after you. So that's all from me. This is the review of the Eleaf iStick QC 200 watts in red, provided by TECC Company for the purpose of this review. And yeah, my 30-second review now is fantastic mod, great build quality, great power, great battery life, with a couple of little quirks that could hopefully be fixed with a software update. That's me. Follow me on Twitter at Mike the Vapor. I'm also on Instagram now under the same name, at Mike the Vapor. So give me a follow on those, ask me any questions you want, and watch this space because there'll be some more stuff coming soon to give away for review. Thanks very much.